Sam? Good boy. Ah! Forget something. Good boy. There are girls in the house.
If only it were that easy. 9:33. We're
Only
back.
everybody was that well trained.
9:33 on North Dakota Today. Hey, you know, dogs have become such an integrated part of our lives. We treat them like family, and just like family, sometimes there are behavioral issues.
Yeah, it'd be so much easier if we could just read their minds, know what they're thinking. Now, Betsy Hampkins is a dog trainer in the Bismarck area. She has extensive experience in correcting bad behavior on your dog's part.
The dog's part.
That's right. Good morning, Betsy. Now, we've
Good
been
morning.
having wonderful conversations here about our own dogs already, so you have so much to offer us. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, I do dog training, behavior, and obedience, and there is a difference. I go into people's homes if they require that, because a lot of times behavior can't be addressed in a class. And then I do group classes, which is good for a lot of dogs when we teach the obedience. So it's kind of a wealth of things. I do a lot of consulting over the phone, because sometimes people are calling from out of town and that sort of thing. So that's basically what I do.
Now, when we let in with this segment, we mentioned the word dog behavior, but at least when I adopted my dog, it was a matter of training me. Yeah, I had to be trained in order to properly train the dog. Do you find that's pretty typical?
Yes, that's almost 100% for everybody, because dogs will do or not do what you have or have not taught them.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and dogs give signals, right?
Yes, they do. Yes,
Like,
they do.
let's give an example. My dog is a barker. And I was just saying that when I walk in the door, she starts barking. She has a really high-pitched bark, and then just to get her to stop barking, you tend to raise your voice, and then she barks more. And is that typical of where I needed to be trained? Talk about that a
Yes,
little bit.
yes, it is, Monica, because with your high pitch and the louder you get, she is perceiving you as barking with her. And so she barks
And
more,
that's
you bark
fun.
more. She barks more, you bark more.
Right.
And that is exactly what, why she is doing that.
So you told me in this case there is a solution.
Yes, there is. What I had told Monica to do, and to give it a try, is go in, do not address the dogs whatsoever. And you want to redirect that dog's attention. If they're toy dogs like mine, they go to the toy box, they're running around with toy in their mouth. And I had mentioned to Monica what she needs to do is when she comes in, toss the treat on the floor. The dog is looking on the floor, treat on the floor. They're redirecting their attention at what's on the floor, what do I need to look for, versus congregating around you and barking.
All right, I'm going to make an assumption here that potty training issues are the #1 things that people are calling you about. Am I correct? Or if not, what is it?
Actually, the #1 thing people call me about is women not being able to address their dogs like a man can.
What?
They say the dog will listen to any male figure in my family, but will not listen to me.
Really?
Women have nurturing voices, and I've through the years I've unnurtured my voice, and so anyway I can get a lot done. But men are more, their structure is
The
different.
authoritative
Yes.
tone.
Deeper. And
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas women are, oh honey, I love you so much. Whereas men are, yep, I like you. That type of thing. That type of thing.
And it pays off to have a more authoritative tone.
Yes, yes. And more assertive, I want to say. You don't want to shout at the dog. Now, I talk lovey-dovey to my dogs all the time. But when I give them a command, like Rain, sit, he knows, okay, I'll sit.
different tone.
Exactly right.
Okay.
To the point.
So
To
you
the
can
point.
teach women that tone.
Yes.
They can be taught.
I tell them to practice on their husbands or boyfriends.
Nice.
So teach me a tone here.
Okay, so what you would want to do is you would want to look at Lambo and you want to say, Lambo, sit.
Okay, Lambo,
Just like
sit.
that. Yeah, just like that. In a neutral tone, a little bit deeper, and you keep it calm, but to the point.
Not exactly. Lambo, sit.
No,
That's
because
like the voice of God.
exactly right. And if you get too to the other end of that spectrum, they're going to slink back and like, whoa. And would you want to sit for somebody with that tone?
Yeah.
But you don't want to say, Lambo, come on, sit. I really want you to sit. How much would that dog get out of that? Zippo.
Yeah.
Zippo.
Right, right. Because
Dogs, well, I'm sorry, I was just going to say, dogs are so intuitive, and they are different than cats.
Yes.
Different personalities. Dogs want to please.
Yes.
Okay, so, but if I'm not mistaken, dogs just constantly observe you and constantly watch you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, yes, yes. There's three little examples that I'll talk about. I know we have a fairly short segment. Number one, if you have a chance to pick a puppy out of a litter, if you've got the whole litter, then what you want to do is look at the one that's watching you. Don't look at the one that looks at you and off they go. You know, you want to look at that because an observing puppy wants to work with man. There are some puppies that do not want to look at man. That may be the alpha. But anyway, that's one thing. And when people are on the street with their dog, if you are portraying, like somebody starts to bark and you're portraying and pulling the dog back and getting all fired up, the dog is watching this body language. And so they're perceiving that I got to jump right in with this. If you remain calm, do not pull back on the leash, and just, you know, just talk to the dog, not soothingly, but talk to the dog is going to pick up on that, and you're going to immediately see that body language relax.
Interesting.
Because
okay.
they're reading on their people.
All right.
And then the last one, me perfectly, and I'll go really quick on this. I was in a competition, and one of mine is in the highest level of obedience. They go by body movements. I went to give my dog a signal to take a jump, and my arm, and I won't put it way out, I'll smack you, Monica, if I do. But anyway, the arm goes out, and it's hop. I pulled my arm down before the dog was airborne. I pulled my dog off. He went up to the jump, around and back. He was reading the way I did. I didn't even know I did it.
Okay.
But anyway, that's how they study you. That's how they study you.
because they want to do what you want.
Exactly.